Welcome to the CrossFit Max Podcast.
What is going on, beautiful people? Okay, the 2026 CrossFit Open is now officially closed. So we're going to do a full recap from our personal experience, performance, the gym, the community, my thoughts on the overall programming of the Open and all that stuff. So we hope that you enjoy it. If you haven't yet, make sure you give us a rating and a review, and let's get to it. Three, two, one. What is going on, folks? And welcome back.
Dun, 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 dun. All hail Queen Susie, Queen of the Open, Master of the Open.
Susie got me, guys. She got me. If you don't know what we're talking about. The third Open, well, actually, the entire Open is now officially closed and behind us.
That's a wrap.
2026 Open is now finito. And Susie got me in the last one, folks. It was a low skill.
Low skill, low weights.
God.
Just what I needed.
Damn it. Okay, we're going to do we're not even going to do a banter topic.
Whoa,
we're just gonna,
I feel like we're passing over this too quickly.
Well, we're going to get into this now.
Okay.
We're not going to do a banter topic, guys. We're going to talk about an entire Open recap from our personal experience, performance, to our gym's experience, to maybe even some of the things that I doubt that CrossFit is going to hear these things, but even maybe some positive and also maybe some feedback to improve the overall Open and
more skills.
Where I hope that kind of CrossFit goes in the next few years here. But anyways, Susie kicked my butt in the last workout. Wasn't even close.
Absolutely smashed you.
Yeah.
Did you like that we were face to face so you could see how far ahead I was while you were doing your thrusters?
Yeah. It was
was that fun for you?
It was super fun, yeah. So
because I enjoyed being face to face with you.
Yeah, with Susie and I, we were kind of like the way the workout was set. We had 6 people on the floor, and I was kind of in front of the CrossFit crowd, the CrossFit Max crowd, where our benches and fan zone was set up. So I kind of faced the opposite way.
You didn't want to look the fans in the eyes.
Yeah, I was like, as I'm doing cleans and thrusters, like they were literally 5 feet in front of me.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just turn around and face the other way.
And it's good to face
Susie
the
was
timer.
there. Yeah, it was good to face the timer to kind of keep on track here. But yeah, what a tough workout. What a really, really tough workout. If you don't know what it was just a whole bunch of burpees, some cleans, light cleans, and light thrusters. Like not light thrusters, maybe moderate thrusters.
Light for the
And then the weight increased every single round after you did a bajillion more burpees. And not many people got to that last heavy barbell. Heavy. Light clean still, but heavy thruster. And yeah, so that was the third and final Open workout.
Like,
Susie and I,
workout,
right? A 16-minute workout where everyone worked out for 16 minutes, including the top athletes in the world. Most people. I didn't even see how many people finished the workout. I don't even know if there was that many.
Less than 40.
Less than 40 people globally. Yeah, crazy workout. It was a workout for time, but pretty much it was an AMRAP of 16 minutes, and it was Burpee City. And man,
I love burpees so much.
I'm just a tall athlete, and not that that's an excuse.
Yeah. Blame your bone structure that's gotten you this far in life, baby.
I freaking suck at doing just high volume burpees. So I got 182 reps, which means I completed almost 4 rounds. I was in the 4th round. I had done 2 thrusters
of the 12.
So I was 10 reps away from finishing that 4th round. And Susie did
218 reps.
218 reps. So she got to the cleans.
I finished the cleans and I did 2 burpees.
2 burpees in the 3rd weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she smashed it. And yeah. You know what? Like I keep trying to be like, I'm going to work on my burpee. And I really felt like going into this year, my burpee was, like I worked on my burpee a lot, mentally, physically. But every time I do a burpee workout, like I get around the 75th percentile for that workout. And it also just annoys me.
What part of the burpee what do you find, like, this is.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know how to phrase this without sounding like a douchebag.
Yeah,
like what part's
slows me
hard?
down. Yeah.
Like what part's hard for you? Is it the?
I don't know if it's hard. Like I never
or-
felt like it was like extremely hard. I felt like if anything, the barbell started to get hard, and I didn't want to pick up the barbell, which I was kind of surprised about. But the burpees, I felt like I kept a pretty decent pace on it. You know, you can always go a little bit faster and something like that.
For sure.
It's annoying that every burpee open workout, in my opinion, is always just a burpee workout. Like it's heavily
There's no other element
reliant
to it.
on the amount of, it's never like, hey, you're going to
Like
go do
burpees,
10
stuff.
burpees followed by like a whole bunch of gymnastics or like a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah, they don't sprinkle burpees in. They just like make you throw up burpees.
Yeah, it's just like you're doing 1,000 burpees in this workout.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like, God damn it. It's every year.
I love
and
it.
every year I'm like, I'm going to get better at burpees. And like, it's not a bad score, but compared to where I would like it to be, I'm like, God.
And compared to your other 2 workouts, was that your, I don't want to say the worst workout, but your like lowest scoring
it was my
workout?
lowest scoring. Yeah. So overall, I finished 84th percentile in the world and in North America East in our region. So quarterfinals are up for me next. And you finished 92nd, which is an increase of what for you? From we both did a pretty decent job.
I did 86 last year.
So you went from 86 to 92. So that's 6% increase.
I'm pretty sure.
In your overall.
No, I think Miles did 86.
What did you do?
I wish I was her. So I just remember things as if... No, 86. I was right.
Okay, so you did... I think she made in the top 90 last year.
I think she was 88th.
88th. Okay, gotcha.
Not the 90th.
Gotcha. So you went from 86 to 92 percentile, and I went from the 78th or 79th percentile to the 84th. So almost...
I mean, good jumps.
Yeah, solid jumps.
Steps
I feel like
in the right direction, that's for sure.
I feel like considering the tests that we receive, where 2 tests, in my opinion, were almost identical. Like they were almost identical in terms of like your capacity.
The athlete who was good at workout 1 was going to be good at workout 3.
Exactly. Yeah. So considering that, I feel like I'm pretty pumped about my overall results. I feel like my fitness level has really increased over the last year. Like I've put an extra effort on my training, frequency of training, the level of difficulty that I've brought to my training, just the mindset going into training sessions. I've gone in with the mindset to like, hey, I want to like actually do some competitions. I signed up for competitions, races, things like that. And I feel like it's kind of cool to see your hard training over a year span come to the end there and be like, I gave it all I had, and this is the result. Like I was able to go up in my overall fitness level. I don't know if you've experienced the same thing. Yeah.
I feel incredibly proud of myself. Being in the top 8% worldwide in the open wasn't even on my radar. Mm-hmm. I knew I was fit, but I feel like that's the kind of fit where if someone else told me they were like that fit, I'd be like, oh my God, you're amazing. You know? So I feel like a disconnect a little bit. Like, is this real?
Yeah. It's very impressive.
I feel like I have really been, like the last year, dialed in on my CrossFit training. Like I dream of CrossFit. I think about CrossFit. My Instagram algorithm sends me CrossFit related content. So I definitely have been really enjoying my training and really having fun pushing myself in my training. And so I feel like it represents the effort I've put on my fitness. But I'm like beyond proud of myself. I'm salty that I couldn't quite produce a ring muscle up for myself, because I think that would have been the cherry on top of the open for me this year. Like that would have just been like, whatever, I can die happy now.
Could do it all.
So leave some hunger in the tank for sure for things to work on. But I feel like last year's open, I was still somewhat freshly postpartum. Like Tommy was still a baby. Yeah. And I feel like a full year later, I am the fittest I've ever been in my whole life. And I have an almost 2-year-old. And I feel like that's a super big flex.
Yeah. And also last year we came back from a full month of vacation in Australia.
Yeah.
Time, like the jet lag was still.
The baby
Definitely
didn't sleep
settled
the
in.
night yet. I was
Yeah.
still breastfeeding. Like there
Yeah.
were so many layers. We actually did sleep training, I think, during the Open last year. But like it was just in a whole different physical and mental mindset than this year. And this year I was
You pushed it.
hungry and I pushed myself to my absolute limit on all the workouts. I feel that I executed them really well. The last one, I really actually enjoyed it. Like I would do that workout again in a heartbeat. I felt like I got into like a flow state, a burpee flow state. Burpees are definitely my jam. I didn't realize how good I was at burpees until now. It's a few burpee workouts where I like really excel. So I guess it's because I don't have long legs or whatever.
Long legs.
I feel like I have like the perfect cadence on it, you know, like the right amount of like not using my arms too much on the descent, and you know, the will to just like go right into the next one, the footwork, the small little details. I feel like I fine-tuned them, and I was excited when we saw the amount of burpees because I have fine-tuned the burpee and I felt like I was able to showcase that.
I feel like when I saw the third workout, I was kind of like, oh, this is going to be a boring 16-minute workout to watch people.
To judge,
Like I was kind of like, I really love the CrossFit Open. It's actually maybe my most enjoyable time of the entire year. I get super pumped about it.
Yeah.
It's actually what made me fall in love with CrossFit. It was the thing that changed my life entirely.
Yeah.
So when I did my first CrossFit Open, and every year it's kind of like a nice memory of this epic moment where we get to showcase our hard work, showcase our new skills, our new strengths. It's an opportunity to do something hard, not just with your peers in your group class, but on a global level.
I agree.
Like the thought that like every CrossFitter in the world is going to be doing this workout.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's so epic. And when it gets hard, it's not just hard for you, it's hard for hundreds of thousands of other people that are signed up for this, that are doing this.
Yeah.
It's a very like powerful moment, and I really value those challenges. I value that time.
Right.
So the Open to me is such like a magical moment of the year, and it's probably my favorite 3 weeks of the entire year. So when we get to do it here, I get super pumped. And when I saw the last workout, I was like, shoot, like they didn't really program something super fun, super energetic, super like spectator friendly. Yeah. But I think I was wrong.
I think you were wrong also. And I also had the same opinion, and I eat my words. I thought it was so fun and exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And to do.
Actually, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like I still think they could have improved, and we'll get into that after on like the third workout and the overall test. But I do believe that the workout was actually fun. Like I was yelling so much in that workout, and
We
at
both
CrossFit,
lost our voices.
yeah, at CrossFit Max, the coaches go in the final wave of the night where the community yells at all the coaches, and I actually got to that point having like no more like
juice,
like my throat was dry, like just from yelling at people. I could barely talk. I was trying to do like a speech after, and I was like, my voice was just all cracked up. Like it was a day where I found like you were yelling for people like 1 more minute, you got this, like lift the bar or get the next burpees in, like, and it was actually enjoyable to watch people go through it. There was like a methodical way that people were going through their burpees, lifting their barbells. There was strategy involved. I didn't feel like the 16 minutes was long.
Me neither.
There are some workouts where you're like, fuck, this 16 minutes, it feels like 30 minutes right now, or for 45 minutes. And you're like, these athletes are just suffering through. This is miserable.
Yeah,
I'm not having fun watching them. They're not having that much fun doing it, But I think that like maybe there were athletes that also are like, fuck, I hate burpees, and this is a long workout. But I think that from the spectator and from my perspective of doing the actual workout,
I think
time
it was
went
more
by
exciting.
faster. Time went by faster than I thought.
Yeah.
And also watching people and encouraging people went a little bit quicker as well.
Yeah. I feel like I guess it's like a tip when you're approaching a workout that's like that, but I feel like I tried to approach the workout not as like a 16-minute workout, but I had a goal of getting into the 5th round. So I was like, do 4 rounds plus some.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was about like finishing the rounds.
Yeah. Like rather than like
concerning myself about the time.
Yeah, you were racing like against the time.
Yeah.
Like it was much easier. So rather than like the time ticking away, you're like, okay, like I have like this objective to get here, and it's like you're racing against the timer, which makes it a little bit more fun.
Yeah, like gamifies
than
it
being
almost.
like, oh shit, like I'm 8 minutes in. Oh, I'm 12
have
minutes in.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I don't think I actually looked at the clock because I was like, I know where I want to get to ish in the workout.
Yeah.
And so for me mentally, I was like, don't look at the clock, just get the work done.
Yeah. So a little recap from like the gym perspective.
Yeah.
I thought the Friday nights were awesome. We ended up having a total of 68 athletes sign up for the Open.
Very
the way
good.
we organized it and ran it, I thought was smooth. We always go out for like dinners, and it was really cool. On the final one, we had our biggest crowd. We were like 40 something people.
People kept coming. The restaurant was like, guys, we have no more space.
Yeah, we're like, hey, make a reservation for 40 people, and then there was like 45 50. People or something. So that was really fun. We went to like Three Amigos, which is like a Mexican taco type place, but like a
fish tacos,
a relatively like nicer restaurant as well. So it's cool, like to be in that environment. The music was bumping. It was a good time in there. We had like an L shape. We took like an entire section of like the entire one wall and then another wall, and it was just kind of cool. We were sitting at one end of like the L, let's say, and to be able to like look down the table and then look across the room and be like, holy shit, like these are all CrossFit Max athletes. Like this is so cool.
Took up a big part of the restaurant.
And we closed up the restaurant too. Like we were the last people to leave the restaurant. Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Yeah. You don't remember me telling you? Like look around. Like they're like the waiters and waitresses are cleaning up the place. No one's working at the bar. Everyone was out of the restaurant. It was just us.
I did not notice.
I was like, look at this.
Oblivious.
It's like we're closing up Three Amigos here.
I mean,
so
we definitely brought them some business.
Yeah, I just think that element is cool. The connections that are made.
I love doing that stuff because you get a chance to talk to maybe people that you don't work out with. Like if that's a 5 p.m. person and you don't work out at 5 p.m., like the chances of you having moments to chat with that member of the community are slim. But then you have this shared experience of the Open, so you have so much to talk about, and you can start to get to know other people in the gym.
Yeah, it was cool. You were talking to Rebecca, and Rebecca's partner, who we had never met before, came in, Charlie, and she was wonderful. She came and did the group class the next day. Had a really good workout.
Nice. I was
She's
telling
like,
Brandon how I don't get to see Rebecca because she usually works out at 5 or 6 p.m. and I'm not usually here at that time.
Yeah, exactly. So that was kind of cool. So yeah, it was just kind of cool to be. I mean, you open this gym. I say this all the time. You open up this gym and you're like, man, I really hope we get some people to show up. And then next thing you know, you have this beautiful community, these awesome friendships that are forming. Some people hang out outside the gym as well. But you could, like, there was just so much laughter at the tables, so much like good energy. Everyone's having a good time eating food. Like,
yeah,
it's so cool. That's so cool. Like, it's really an incredible feeling. So that element of like that's exterior to like what the Open brings, but then like in the actual Opens, the amount of people that stayed later, cheered on their friends, had family members come in, had friends come in, and they get to showcase like, this is what I do.
Yeah, like this is
3 to 5 days.
I'm always talking about.
Yeah, this is the thing, and people asking others to judge them. And then I'm telling you, I say this all the time, but when you ask someone to judge you, it's a very vulnerable thing. And you form like a little bit of like a bond with that person when you judge. And I get very sad because I'm so busy organizing the event that we're trying to run things on time so that we're not here for 6 hours, that we can finish on time. And I have to like get the wave on the floor, get the new wave ready to go, make sure that they're briefed, they know what the movement standards are, if they have any questions, get them to get their judge, fill out their judge's sheet and everything like that.
Chaos.
So it's controlled chaos, but I'm trying to organize it as best I can.
You do a great job, by the way. It runs very smooth.
Thank you, love. But that doesn't allow me to judge. And I get a little sad about that because I'm like, oh, I don't get to have those like tiny little bonds with that one single client that came up to you and be like,
I do a lot of judging.
Can you mind judging me? And they always ask in like the most innocent and like nervous way possible. It's like asking someone to prom, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. So
I feel like I was a few people's second choice this year.
That was number one or
no, okay, week one, this is a funny story. Week one of the Open, okay, I worked with Malice, so we're at work. It's Thursday. And the first Open workout is released, whatever, and she's about to leave. It's the end of the day. We're wrapping up. We're talking about it. We're not like working anymore. And she's like, oh my gosh, Nikki just wrote to me. She asked me if I'll be her judge for the workout. That's so nice. Like, she said she wanted me to judge her. I'm so happy. And I was like, oh my gosh, but you're not going to be there. And she was like, no, I'm not going to be there. That's such a bummer. And then like,
so
wait, fast forward 10 minutes. I get a DM from Nikki. Hey, Susie, do you want to be my judge? And I was like, okay, well, I know that I'm the second choice. So
that's so funny. Yeah, that's hilarious. So like those little moments are so epic and so fun.
I love it.
That little.
I was happy to be Nikki's second choice. She was my judge.
She was your judge? Was she your judge every week?
Malice was my judge on the second week. First and third.
Am I drawing a blank here? Did Nikki judge me? She judged me on the first work.
No, she judged me on the first workout and me on the third.
You on the third. Did she do me on the second?
No. I don't think Nikki ever judged you.
Ashley. Who did my first one? Was it Ashley? Oh, I'm drawing a complete blank.
I think it was
here.
Ashley.
Oh, no. Alana did my second one. Yeah. So Alana.
It was Ashley who did your first one.
Ashley did my first. Alana did my second. And then Alexa did my third one. Yeah. But yeah. So it's like. But there were so many moments where, you know, we would have like both Richards, you know, and then like
I love our Richards. Richard 1 and Richard 2 are just the cutest combo
and
ever.
Like Richard Richard 1 is like doing thrusters, and then our other like massive tall Richard is like standing in front of him like, you can do it, hold on to the bar, you know, like there's just like little moments like that where like, and they always signed up for the same class and everything. It's just little moments like that where you see Alexa and Frank, you know, partners, you have work friends. There's just so many cool little moments that you see the judging with people, and or when you finish the workout and you go on the fan zone and you're cheering for people. There were so many people that did their first ever something.
Oh my God, it was so cool.
Whether that's lifting the 35-pound dumbbell and doing a lunge with it for the first time, whether that's doing your first pull-up, chest to bar, or even muscle up. Yeah, there's just so many really, really cool moments. Some people jumped on a box for the first time at the 24 or 20-inch box.
Hell,
you know?
Yeah.
So there were so many just little
even just doing like
moments.
The barbell weights, like the thruster at 65 pounds for the gals. Like there were people who did that for the first time. Yeah.
There was just so many of the people, what we like to call the open magic, that did their first ever something. Right? Yeah. And there's a lot of people who did their very first open, which is awesome. Because they're experiencing this for the first time. They're going through the nerves for the first time. They don't know what to expect. They don't know how the process works. They don't know how Friday nights go and everything like that. So there was so many people who did their first ever. There's also some people who have now started to accumulate multiple years of doing the open, and they can see like where their fitness level is starting to head towards. So the open is such a, if you guys can't hear it in my voice right now, the open is just such a magical moment of the entire year.
I think my favorite thing of all time about the open is watching people get uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Whether that's the uncomfort or of a new movement or a new weight or being judged or just, you know, pushing the pace more, you know, they're looking a little extra pale when the timer hits 0. Things that you obviously don't want to do often in our regular training situation. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to like game day, open Friday nights, like Ashley is a perfect example of this to me. I felt like every time I was watching her in her workouts the last 3 weeks on the Friday nights, I could tell that she was so uncomfortable, but she was just moving that needle on her fitness. And then when she finished, she was like very red and almost pale. Like she looked like she had really gone to the depths of her soul. And I'm like, that, like, so cool.
Yeah.
So I get so pumped up, whatever, about seeing people take themselves to that place. Because I feel like that's the thing that personally I like the most. Like, I like feeling like I was on the brink of failure and I kept going.
Yeah.
And so when I see other people pushing themselves to that limit, doesn't matter what that looks like for you. If that for you is doing the foundations level of the workout, then like good for you. It's just like watching people like have the hunger in their eyes, that drive, that motivation to keep going is super inspiring.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
I think something I wanted to take away was, you know, during this whole process,
You got to work on your low scale movements.
you're trying to convince people to sign up for the Open.
Yeah.
Every year is the same thing.
Yeah.
And I think what we could touch on is like taking away the things that people worry about, but shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like they overly stress about why they shouldn't sign up for the Open. Maybe people who are listening to this didn't actually sign up to the Open, and maybe we're going to cover one of these things right now. But hopefully next year, for those who did do the Open, will feel less stressed about that element. And then maybe people listening will hopefully be encouraged to sign up for next year's Open, because we're going to talk about this right now. Yeah, like the thing that you
thought was going to be stressful or hard, that ended up being
okay and totally fine. Yeah. So the first thing, which is the most obvious, it's like, I'm not fit enough to do the Open. Yeah. And I think if we've established anything about the CrossFit Open, it's that we can grab anyone off the streets and they could do that, right?
We're going to find a variation that they could do.
Yeah. For example, every single workout, all 3 workouts had a RX, a scaled, and a foundation. And the foundation, like always, is very, very ultra accessible, right? The first one was wall balls and box jump overs. And the foundation was wall balls with a light ball to a very, very short target, and box step overs, I believe. So just stepping on the box and going to the other side. Yeah. Right. So very, very like easily accessible things, right? Not that it's like easy, maybe simple is the proper word.
Doable.
Very doable. The second workout, it had the most skill involved. It had the overhead dumbbell walking lunge. It had pull-ups. It had overhead walking lunge, dumbbell snatch, pull-ups, chest to bar, and then ring muscle-ups. The foundation version was just body weight lunges. The dumbbell snatch was ultra light, like really, really light. I think it was like a 10-pound dumbbell. The pull-ups were like bent over row, like arm on a railing and just grab a dumbbell and just like do a bent over row here.
I love that.
Right. And I can't even remember what the chest to bar. I think the chest to bar was like ring rows or something like that. Right. So very, very easily accessible stuff.
Yeah.
And then the third workout, where we had burpees, cleans, and thrusters. So those 3 movements. The burpees, everyone can get down to the ground. Right. Yeah, I'm not talking about like jumping down, 2-foot jump, 2-foot jump up. Like I'm talking about.
You might not get down there in 1 millisecond, but you're gonna get down.
You might not get down there in Susie speed, but
that's right.
You can get down there. You take a knee, you put your hand on the ground or on your knee, let's say, and then you put your other hand on the ground, and then you lie down on it. Yeah, and then you stand right back up. Right. And you don't have to jump up. You can just step up. Right. So that was like the burpee. The clean was a very light. I think it was an empty barbell for the foundations. And same thing for the thruster. Right. Which I actually have to even double check, because the scaled option was so easy that I didn't even look at the foundation option. So I'd have to double check that. But it was very, very like lightweight and very accessible. Yeah. Right. So like if anything, it was just an empty barbell.
Yeah.
So this thought of like, I'm not fit enough to like do the Open, well, we know that that's not true. There's so many different there's the 3 different variations, that is very accessible to
anyone
who
does
wants to
the
do it.
open, not just the games athletes.
Yeah, and there's the adaptive category. There's also age category. So some like 55 plus masters had different weights, slightly different movements as well for RX and scaled. So really, it's accessible for anyone.
Beautiful.
I can't do RX, right? The amount of people that said I can't do RX and then did RX, right? Because
if I could roll my eyes out loud, that's what I would do.
Yeah, for the amount of people that are like I can't do RX, right? And then I'm like, okay, well let's go and try. Let's get to the box. Let's see what happens if we try to jump on the box, right? And for some people, they don't have the physical capabilities yet where they actually can't jump on the box. Like they've tried and they're like, no, like I'm not there yet. Yeah. And then there are other people, I'll use Arun, for example.
Yeah, Arun.
Who's like, no, I'm going to scale it. It's like, Arun, like I know you can do a 20-pound wall ball. Let's go see if you can jump on this box here. So he jumps, like literally first jumps right on top of the box here.
Right on top
right?
of the
It's
box.
like, okay. And it wasn't like, oh man, he barely made it. It was like, he had like 4 or 5 inches underneath his feet between that and the box.
It was beautiful.
Right?
He's a gazelle.
And then he did the entire first workout, RX, and he ended up doing like, I don't know, 40 box jump overs. It's like he went from saying like I can't RX to like ended up doing RX, right?
Yeah.
That happens for so many people. Like I can't lift a 35-pound dumbbell, or for example, a lot of people are like, I can't do muscle ups, so I can't do RX. It's like, whoa, hold on. There's a whole bunch of other stuff before the muscle ups,
right,
before you can even consider
92nd percentile and didn't do a muscle up, guys.
Which is something I want to cover after.
Low skill. You know what? Speaking about Arun and Davide had a little text message exchange about that and how they wanted to do the 24-inch box. And I had Davide in my group class this morning at 6 a.m. and we have 24-inch box jumps, and he was very happy to show us his newly developed skill.
So cool.
And then also I got to school him a little bit on using the C word in my class.
Oh, he said can't?
Because...
Well, who, Dave or Arun?
Davide. Because Arun was not there today. Unfortunately, Arun didn't quite make it at 6
a.m. Didn't make it to the 6 hour, right?
He was there, but then he wasn't there on my list.
Okay.
Anyways, Davide this morning, I'm just going to call him out. He did first round of the workout is 25 box jumps in 3 minutes, followed by some other stuff. Anyways, he did it in the first round. Round 2, he comes back to the box and he's like, oh, I can't do 25.
Oh, out. Penalty. 25 burpees.
Like, you can absolutely scale the workout. That is an option.
Yeah.
But you are not allowed to tell me to my face that you can't do something when fast forward 10 minutes, I literally saw you do it.
Yeah.
I was like, you can choose not to.
Yeah.
But you can't say can't in my class.
Yeah. So that's definitely something that people stress about is like, oh, I can't RX it.
Yeah.
First thing I would ask is like, how many classes are you RXing? Like group classes, right? So it would be a weird expectation if for most of your training for the entire year, you don't do RX that's on the group class training, but then you go to the open, you're like, I can't RX the open, so I'm just going to like not do it. It's like, well, there's the scaled version, there's the foundation version. You can definitely do it, but also let's just see. Like the workout this year, all three of the workouts were, in my opinion, the most accessible RX workouts ever programmed in the CrossFit Open. Yeah. There was
a lot of
wall
room.
balls and box jumps.
Yep.
Right. There was overhead dumbbell walking lunge, which for the guys is 50 pounds, 35. That's a mobility thing, not necessarily a strength thing. Most people, I mean, not most people, but a lot of people can snatch that dumbbell weight. It's not an overly heavy dumbbell.
Yeah, it might not look effortless.
Yeah.
But I think it's more doable than people let themselves believe.
Yeah. And the people that most people that couldn't actually physically overhead lunge to 35, it was not necessarily a matter of strength. It was more mobility. More of a mobility issue, or at least I would say maybe mixed 50-50 on that, right? And then a lot of people got their first pull-up, first chest to bar, things like that.
So
right?
cool.
So that was the highest skill move. And then the other one, it's like, okay, burpees, anyone can do a burpee. A lot of people can just jump over the bar. And then the cleans, and the thrusters who are still very lightweight, 65 for the ladies.
Yeah,
and
even if you have to do one at a time.
Yeah, you were able to get
grindable.
Yeah. So there's that one. And then there's just like the element of like putting yourself out there.
Yeah, like feeling intimidated or judged or watched or whatever.
Yeah. Which hopefully all of the athletes that went through it this time didn't ever feel like they were judged based on their performance, that they were lifted up and inspired by the people around them. And
I
that
think
they were
yeah.
positively encouraged to get one more rep, to get, a little bit more weight on the bar, to do something they haven't ever done, like hopefully they felt that, and they felt people cheering for them to the very last second of every single open workout.
That's my favorite part.
So no one is there being like, oh, like I really hope that person doesn't get one more rep. Like everyone was there to just really encourage and cheer. And when that person, when you're next to someone, you want that person to do better, because you know that if they do better, you're going to do better.
Absolutely. I feel like one of my highlights of the Open this year was watching other people get things for the first time, or, like one of the coolest things was having Josianne and Pascal eat their first pull-ups.
Yeah.
Or when I came and judged Malice on her redo on the Sunday and she got 4 ring muscle ups. Like, I think I yelled the loudest of all the Open in that moment.
Yeah.
Like, those are some of the coolest parts of the Open.
So cool. Yeah. So here's maybe where we could end the community aspect of it. And it's just talking about like what the Open actually teaches us about our overall fitness. And I think the first thing would be that you don't have to be perfect to do the Open.
Absolutely.
Like I said, so many different divisions, like scalable movements. You don't have to be perfect, whether that's like, hey, this last year, my attention was elsewhere. Like this year I had a kid, or this year it was a really stressful life. I was kind of checking off the box when I was going to work out. I didn't bring like the
same level of intensity.
Most amount of intensity to my training. And that's okay. You don't have to be perfect, right, to do the Open. So I think that's like one major takeaway from this.
Yeah.
I think number 2 is that your weaknesses do get exposed in the Open. Like
I think that is a tough pill to swallow.
There's no hiding when you see that, that 35-pound dumbbell is overhead and you're like, I could do ring muscle ups, but can't freaking hold that 35-pound dumbbell overhead. Then like, I've been putting off my mobility. Right, I've been focusing on my training, but I haven't really been doing like my mobility homework, or like fixing my mobility issues. Right? Yeah. Or, man, I just every time there's wall balls in a workout, I freaking hate doing like lots of reps. And it's like, guess what? Open just brought you like a ton of wall balls.
Yeah.
Right.
It definitely can hold up a mirror to your weaknesses.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it was the
burpees.
Yeah, I think it was the
overall, like,
I think,
endurance.
I don't know if it was necessarily the burpees. It's kind of like weird because, like, my endurance has never been this good.
Yeah.
Like, I ran a half marathon in, like, under an hour and 45 minutes. Like, it's a relatively fast time to run a half marathon.
But
in the endurance workouts, they're, like, my least good score.
You're very skilled.
But it's like so frustrating that I'm like, my endurance is actually really freaking good. Like I can push for a long period of time, but just
sprints.
in the movements that were chosen for those CrossFit let's say endurance pieces, like that's where I struggled. And I'm like, okay, I just have to keep getting better at burpees. Like I need to work on a faster rhythm of the burpee.
Do you want me to give you like some tips?
Yeah, for sure, love. Where I think my weakness was exposed, and that's maybe just a testament to like my somewhat bias towards the programming at CrossFit Max here, is like high rep barbell volume.
Yeah.
Like I don't program a ton of like barbell thrusters or a really, really high volume of barbell cleans. And yeah, I felt that. Like I didn't want to pick up the barbell in that workout. The barbell was
definitely the hard part of the workout.
Like doing another clean, I was like, this is lightweight clean, but there's a lot of reps. And like the thruster, I was like, freak, I don't want to like do another thruster, you know? So there was the mindset of like, man, like lifting this barbell for a lot of repetitions was like a reflection for me on like my weakness in the moment, you know, from my year of training, you know? So it does.
It's definitely the higher skill stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about higher skill stuff, but
ring muscle ups.
Yeah. Like you've shied away from the ring muscle up and focused on the bar muscle up, you know, and had there been bar muscle ups, then you would have got a better score. So that's kind of like, it's kind of the thing about the open. Like
you don't get to pick the workout.
Yeah.
And that's part of like the CrossFit games. That's why they say the fittest on earth, because you have to be a well-rounded athlete, and you don't get to choose the workout. And that element of surprise of not knowing what the workout is going to be and having to be kind of a jack of all trades in the fitness space is the element. You know, you can, for sure, we're going to discuss the workouts, and for sure, you know, you can critique the workouts to a certain extent, but it's the name of the game, man. You get what you get.
Yep.
Like I kept saying, you know, I'm so disappointed that I didn't get a chance to showcase my bar muscle ups, because I got my first one last year in the open, and now I'm able to chain many reps together, and I feel so confident in that movement. But the reality is that it's the name of the game. Like I gave it all I had on the second workout. It was definitely like my worst workout by far of this year's open. Like my ranking wise was much, much lower on that workout. And that's my own fault.
Yeah.
The only person I have to blame for not having a ring muscle up on that day was me.
Yep. So it does like expose your weaknesses.
Yeah.
It gives you kind of an idea of where you're sitting overall fitness in terms of like a worldwide basis, you know, like it gives you a ranking. And it's not like you said, you can't complain about the workouts, because the way the workouts are formed, they're very like CrossFit workouts.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they decided to be like, hey, we're going to go run a 5K. That's going to be the open workout 26.3. It's like, no, like there was burpees, there was cleans, there was thrusters, other workouts. You had gymnastics, which is a big focus in CrossFit. Another workout, you had wall balls and like you did CrossFit for 3 weeks. And CrossFit is about being adaptable. It's about being constantly varied functional movements at high intensity, right? So we got 3 really good CrossFit workouts, and the open does teach you about like where your fitness is. Yeah. And I think it's up to each person to take that away in less of a negative way, rather than be like, I just suck at burpees, right? Or I just suck at wall balls. It's like my first experience of the open was like, man, I got stuck on toes to bar, and I'm never going to let that happen again, right? And then what did I do? I created a plan moving forward where I worked on those toes to bar.
Yeah.
And then the next year, toes to bar came up. I freaking smashed that workout. I smashed the workout with toes to bar. I was flying through it, right? And that's what I want people to take away from this. You, like, as CrossFitters, we embrace hard. We learn. We're thinking athletes, right? Yeah. And then from there, it's our decision to now target our weaknesses and try to fill up that gap. Remember, as a CrossFitter, you're not great at one thing. You're trying to be good at everything. Yeah. Right. So if you're someone that's like, man, I really love heavy lifting, but when gymnastics comes up, I suck at gymnastics. Well, guess what? You got to start working on. You got to start putting more emphasis on your gymnastics, and vice versa. If you're like, I'm really good at gymnastics, but weightlifting kills me, then you got to work on your weightlifting side of things.
Absolutely. I think that.
And take it away as a good thing. Be like,
use it as a motivation.
Yeah. Don't be like, I suck at this and like open's hard, or I'm not good at gymnastics. It's like, yeah. You got exposed in your weakness. Now take that and go and work on it.
Yeah.
Go
and
work
also,
on your mobility.
Don't let it
define you.
Yeah. Like it's not that deep, guys. None of us here at CrossFit Max are going to the CrossFit Games. This is for fun. It's to use it as an experience to get uncomfortable. It's to use it as fuel in your training going forward. Your score on 26.2 does not define your value as a human being. Okay, guys? Like it's not that deep. You can care. I care deeply myself. I do care a lot. But you can care, but you shouldn't. You don't need to let it like bring a dark cloud over your experience. If your ranking worldwide is not where you were hoping or wanting it to be, like, all right, so
Get to work.
That's
what we do as CrossFitters.
Like, it's not, you know what? Okay, cool. Next chapter, turn the page.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think there's so many good things that the Open brings, like even the Open announcements, watching it, cheering with your community, having those special magical moments with people, doing your first, realizing a lot about yourself, and then taking away. You're like, you know what? Like, I'm happy that I performed this, or I'm unsatisfied with my performance in this. Good. Take that, work on this, right? Or take this, and you know what? Now you know you're really good at this. Either let's improve on it more, or let's focus on one of the other weaknesses.
Exactly.
Right? And hopefully brings a little bit more motivation around your training as well. Like I'm
excited.
Pumped about the next year. You know, like I'm excited and I can't wait for 2027 Open already. So
ain't no way I'm not getting a ring muscle up next time, guys.
Hell yeah.
Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. The Open is great. I think I'll go into like some of my thought processes on the programming side of things, and where I think CrossFit could really
There's always room for improvement.
Yeah. I think for sure, like, here's the thing. The Open is the first stage of finding the fittest person in the world.
Exactly.
And I think the tests that were presented are going to give you the top 25% that are going to be put into quarterfinals.
Yes.
Right? So we have a few, Susie and myself, a few other awesome athletes in our gym. We're going to be doing quarterfinals next week. It's like a 1 weekend thing. I think there's 4 workouts in like 5 days, or they release all 4 workouts.
Not the weekend coming, but the one after.
Yeah, the following weekend, March 26th to the 30th. They release some workouts. You have the entire, let's say, weekend to get through them. You can do them however you want.
Okay.
And then from quarterfinals, they take like the top, I think it's 40 people from each region and put them in semifinals. And then they take the top 5 people from each semifinals, put them in the CrossFit Games, and then the person who wins the CrossFit Games is deemed fittest in the world.
Right.
So the Open presented 3 tests.
Of the tunnel.
It's the start
or the
of
funnel,
the funnel system to find the fittest man and woman in the world, or teenager, master's athlete, adaptive athlete, etc. Right? So it's to find the fittest people in the world. Now, as an affiliate owner and as a CrossFit coach, what I have always preached is that the Open is the initial stages of finding the fittest person in the world, and that what we're going to do is we're going to be testing that. In order to test that, you have to test for a bunch of different things, different elements of training, right? Now, it'd be very naive to say that over 3 workouts, you're going to have like the perfectly well-rounded, fittest person in the world. That's not what the Open is. The Open is the beginning of the funnel system. However, I do believe that the CrossFit Open should be like a relatively small sample of like what it could look like to test for the fittest in the world.
So incorporating all the elements.
Yeah. So it shouldn't incorporate every single element. Like I do find when they do the CrossFit Games, like all the elements to get to the CrossFit Games, and then the CrossFit Games themselves test all of the elements that are needed to say like they've found the fittest in the world for that year. But I do feel like it should be there should be many elements that are still tested within the CrossFit Open. Now, one of the things we say in CrossFit is like we're testing for work capacity across broad times and modal domains. And work capacity is just, we want people to be able to keep moving, lifting barbells, lifting sandbags, lifting children on their shoulders, to be able to keep moving for as fast as they can, for as long as they possibly can, right? So work capacity, like keep moving, keep going here, right? Across modal domains, so like different situations, barbells, gymnastics, all the different things here, right? And then time. Time is important, right? You want to be not just fit for 5 minutes. You don't want to be someone who's just able to like really, really sprint. Yeah. You want to be someone who's able to run really fast, but also for a longer period of time, right? And I think that the Open missed out on a huge strength element, or just overall. Right? The heaviest weight
was
that a man lifted for most of the world, and what I mean by most of the world is I think 90% of men, I don't even think the top 10, I don't even think all of the top 10% got to the final barbell in the last workout, which was 135 for the men, and for the girls it was 85.
Yeah.
So if you were fit enough between that top 5% of the world to maybe top 10% of the world,
right,
you got to lift 135-pound bar or an 85-pound barbell. That was the heaviest. Now, most of the world lifted up to 115 pounds and a 75-pound bar.
Yeah.
I think there was a massive miss on the strength element. And I do believe that fitness should rely on strength in some capacity, right?
Right.
Now, did the barbell feel heavy in the moment? It didn't feel heavy. It just felt like you were tired and you didn't want it to, like, you didn't want to have to pick it up here,
yeah,
right? So I also believe that the movements that they chose were very repetitive across the 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And again, you're trying to find like the top 25%, right? That's what you're trying to do. But I do think that there is like, you do have to look at the world. When you release something to the world, you also have to realize, like, how is the world going to approach this? Right? I know you're trying to find the fittest in the world, but you also want to see, like, you want to think about the people who are going to be in the 80th percentile, the 60th percentile, the 40th. Like, you want to think about these. And majority of the world, for all the elements, or for all three workouts, number one, they did a fudge ton of wall balls, so it was really heavy squatting, right? For the second workout, a lot of people, that overhead lunge was really, really tough for them. So another like lower body pushing knee flexion type workout. And then the third element, you threw thrusters in there. And to me, I'm like, and that was like kind of the hardest part of the workout, like the combination of burpees and then like thrusters, right? So it's like you tested three elements of just like lower body pushing, squatting exercises.
And like grindy, like high rep scheme, low weight.
Yeah. And like maybe for the second workout, you could argue that there wasn't that much lunging involved, or for at least the top 25%, it wasn't that hard. And I agree, but you still had it in there. You still had it in there, right? So you put like, lower body pushings, a lot of wall balls in the first one, lunges in the second one.
Yeah.
And I think like what they could have done in the third one is
put something heavy.
Put a heavy barbell, put deadlifts in there, put heavy cleans in there, right?
Yeah.
Something that is going to
separate the strong from the weak.
Yeah. But like have that cardio element where we're doing burpees, but it's just like the third workout and the first workout, I think
were the similar test.
I think if you were to look at all the rankings of every single person that did those workouts, and you were to look at their first score versus their third score, and maybe all of you guys listening can do this, you can actually see where your score landed. I think your first ranking and your third workout ranking is going to be really, really close to each other. And I would imagine for most people in the world, it's going to be like that as well here, right? Like I finished 80th percentile in the first workout, and I finished like 75th percentile in the third workout. Like my ranking was relatively close, within like a couple thousand positions here, right? Was it for you?
Yeah, like I
Where'd you
only see
finish?
the rank. The first workout I ranked 8,879th.
Okay.
And then
pretty cool.
The third workout I ranked 5,598th.
Yeah, so relatively close.
Mariales was like
cool.
The same, 8,900 and 6,700.
Yeah, so it's like you've tested similar times as well, because the first workout was 12 minutes. Okay, thank God it was 12 minutes. But then the second workout was for 90% of the world to 95% of the world, was a 15-minute time cap workout, where again 95% of the workout, 95% of the population got capped at 15 minutes. So you did a 15-minute workout.
Yeah.
And then the last one for 99% of the world did a 16-minute workout. So you had a 12, 15, and 16-minute workout.
Yeah, the time domain is very similar.
The time domain is so similar.
Like give like a 8-minute workout with a 10-minute strength piece or something.
Yeah.
Or the other way around, 10-minute workout with like 8 minutes to get a heavy 1 rep max power clean.
Yeah, I do believe that the times for everything were super, super similar, right? And what we
logistics for our gym though was great.
Ish, yeah. I mean, I just think that like, hey, you're starting to test for the more fittest people in the world, and like you still want everyone to kind of feel that. And for everyone, or for, I don't know, 99% of the population, it was a 12, 15, and 16-minute workout, right? Like, yeah,
there was no actual for time where anyone was actually going to get a for time score.
Yeah, and even, I think this was the first year, were actually all 3 workouts for time. Yeah, all 3 workouts were for time.
And none of them were for time.
And even the elite CrossFit Games athletes, only some of them, or I guess they all barely finished the first workout, right? Like they all barely finished the first wall ball and box jump over workout. Like that's the fastest crazy. Times in the world were like 11 minutes for the guys. And then there was a girl who did it like under 10 minutes. And that's a time cap of 12, right? For the second workout, like
and that's one girl, that's it.
For the second workout, the fastest people in the world actually finished a lot faster because they had the ring muscle up capacity, where like the fastest people were closer to like that 10 minute that's like 7 to 10 minute, depending on men, female. And then the third workout, like everybody just got capped. Like everyone in the world just did a 16-minute workout pretty much, even the elites. So it's like you did all these workouts that were for time versus like an AMRAP, which is a big part of CrossFit, and shortening the time, and then also missing out on the strength element, which I feel like was a huge, huge miss. And then the other thing, which I know this might be biased because I'm a man, but the Open was easier for the women this year in terms of comparability.
Absolutely.
The first workout, you have a
lower target, you have a lighter ball, lower box,
lower target, lower box, right? And the women smashed the men, smashed it. And it's not that like I want men to be better than women. I just want the test to be somewhat equal to each other, right? So when you have a lower target to throw to and a lighter ball,
you're going to go
faster. And then the box itself is lower. It's 20 inches.
The distance to travel
is much less. Like they did a comparison of like how much feet you had to like actually jump in total. Like if you did all the repetitions, it was actually like a huge difference, right? So that workout was like heavily favored in making it easier for the women. The second workout with the ring muscle ups, and I'm just going to say this from a scoring standpoint, I didn't even like finish. I did 17 out of the 20 muscle ups to finish the workout. I think Justin finished it in like 14:30 or something like that. Like he finished with 30 seconds left to spare. And for him, he got it like in that workout. I think that's like a 95th percentile workout if you finish the workout. For females, if you do like one ring muscle up, you're in the top 10% of the world.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's like, that's a huge like discrepancy in terms of like overall fitness level for that, right? Like Malice did 4 ring muscle ups and she beat me in terms of the overall score by like, I don't know, 15%.
Yeah.
Right? Versus I had to do 17 ring muscle ups, right?
Yeah. And
then for the last and final open workout, I don't know why they did this, but they really just scaled the crap out of your barbell. Like the 65-95, that's the standard. And then once you go to like 115, usually the general rule is like women go 70% of the weight that the men go. The 115, 75, it's kind of close, but it's still on the lighter side. It's like, I don't know the exact percentage here. If I do it, what is that? Let's do 115 times 0.7 here. So your actual weight for the 70% would be 80 pounds, right? And you got to do 75. And then for some reason, the standard has always been men 135, females 95. And you guys got 85, which I think is like a 62%, right? Of like what we're lifting. So what does that do? That gives you you have to work harder to get a better score because all the females have that. But again, like your workout was different than my workout because your barbell cycling was much more smooth versus for me is like, I didn't want to pick up the barbell. The barbell was the hard part for me. And for most people, it was like, I have to do thrusters or I have to do cleans right now. Right. So I just feel like I don't know why this year they just made the open like much more scaled for the women and gave it like a better opportunity versus making it a little bit more equal. And I don't know why they did that. I don't know if that's going to be like the standard moving forward where they're just going to now prescribe 85 pounds instead of 135. I'm not sure.
I don't know what to say about that.
It was just like an odd thing for them to do.
I agree with you on workout 1 and 3. I disagree with you on workout 2. Like, I just think it's a really freaking hard movement. Guys are just stronger. So
yeah, so
I disagree with you completely on that. But I agree with you on workout 1. Undeniably easier for women. The ball doesn't have to go as far. So by default, if you're ultra fit, you're going to be able to have more time to do more reps because let's just say hypothetically it takes 2 seconds to do a man wall ball and 1.8 seconds to do a woman wall ball. You're obviously going to go faster.
I'll tell you what made the second workout unfair. You and I both finished in terms of percentile. What did you finish in the second workout? Do you know what your ranking was?
Like 14,000th.
So let me just double check my open score here.
I know what you're saying. I know you're saying that like, I don't even have to do a ring muscle up and I probably ranked high.
Can I like
as high as you?
How do I look and like the actual individual workout? Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, go on yourself on the CrossFit Max leaderboard.
Oh, myself. Okay, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so if I go on the leaderboard, CrossFit
and then you
Max.
do drop down.
Okay, so what did you finish in that workout? What was the number?
Hang on.
So I finished in that workout where I did 17 of the 20 muscle ups. I did 13,826.
I did 14,467.
So we almost have the same ranking, right? Now, the thing that makes this workout unfair, in my opinion, is that we both finished our last movement before getting to the muscle-ups. Remember, the muscle-ups are the final movement of the workout.
Yeah.
With 4.5 minutes. I think you finished like 10 seconds faster than me, right? Yeah. So for 4.5 minutes, you
did nothing.
You did, yeah. Well, I mean, you tried to do a ring muscle up, but it's not the same. Like for the next 4.5 minutes of my workout was grueling. Like every muscle up was really hard to get over the rings. Well, not everyone, but at the beginning, your breathing is so heavy. But your workout was 10.5 minutes versus my workout. I had to grind it out for 15 minutes, and I had to do 17 ring muscle ups, and our ranking is the same. So that's why I'm saying like, I think they should have shortened that workout. They shouldn't have made it so long so that like for every muscle up you are more efficient at, you get like a better score versus like, okay, now I have a 4.5 minute.
Like they left too much time for people to get ring muscle ups.
Like I feel like the big thing that the Open missed on this year was the time element.
So they should have made that workout 11 minutes, not 15, and therefore
Something
the
like
people
that.
who could get ring muscle ups would have had to go immediately into the ring muscle ups, and therefore there would have been a bigger discrepancy.
I think that
Each muscle up would have had more value.
Yeah, exactly. The muscle up gives you more value. You have to hustle to get to the muscle up versus my 17 muscle ups is equivalent to the exact same score.
I understand that part,
yeah.
But I understand the time domain thing. I can see how like if you change the time domain, it means that the people don't have as much time to like attempt to get a muscle up or whatever.
Yeah.
So I could see how that would be more favorable outcome for the rankings.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying the fact that it just shows that there's just so few women who are capable of doing ring muscle ups.
Agreed. I agree with you there. Yeah.
And that's just, then I could just be like, well, it's unfair that they put ring muscle ups. Like the girls can't even do that. Why don't they put bar muscle ups?
Yeah, but
No,
that's
silly.
That's exactly what I'm trying to get at is that you were able to get away with not doing a muscle up and we finished the exact same ranking in that workout.
Yeah.
Which to me, it's like frustrating. I'm like, I did 17 ring muscle ups and you finished almost the same time as me. Like I finished 10 seconds slower than you, because I also knew that I was going to have to do a whole bunch of muscle ups at the end, and that you were able to still rank the same way as me. So I think the format of the workout was favored towards women in that element.
Fair enough.
right? Whereas they left so much time where like people could get away with the guys had to work longer and work harder to get all those muscle ups.
But I could just be like, oh, you had to do like one less step than me on the lunges because your legs are so long. The 20 feet was 20 feet, whether you are short-legged or long-legged.
True. Yeah.
That was like how many steps for you?
Yeah.
At least one less step than me, for sure.
Maybe. Yeah, we should test that. But I think the 20 feet distance doesn't carry over that much, and there wasn't so many lunges.
I know,
and the
but
weight.
I don't actually think this. I'm just saying this to be the devil's advocate right now because it feels like whining on your side.
No, I'm not whining. I'm just saying, like, in my opinion, the women just had it easier in this open.
I agree.
And I think that they scaled certain things back and they created time domains that they could have improved on a little bit.
I definitely agree. For example, in the second workout, I think changing the time domain would have made it more interesting, let's say, for the leaderboard. And I do agree that the barbell weight, like for sure, the way I approached my bar was different than the way you approached your bar on the last workout. But no matter whose bar you had, it was a burpee workout. It wasn't a clean workout. Yeah. It was about the burpees.
Ish. Yeah. It was about how well you can manage your energy over that 16-minute time frame. Yeah.
Because like the bar was lightweight, but I equally didn't want to pick it up.
Yeah. But picking it up was what I'm saying is that like it was easier for you to pick it up and much more energy efficient to
Maybe
have to
the
pick
women
it up.
are just more mentally tough.
I wish. Let's see you do that workout with the heavier barbells and let's see the difference.
Guaranteed, if I do that exact workout with a heavier barbell, I still beat your score by at least 10 reps.
Should we test it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go live stream, everyone.
I would love to beat you twice in the same workout.
I think you still beat me, but not nearly as much.
I said at least 10 reps.
And you beat me by what, 40?
A lot. So many. Yeah, about 40, yeah. 35-ish.
I also, last thing here.
Whoa. Yeah, no.
What?
You don't agree that I would still beat you, whether the barbell was
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Heavier.
There's a lot of burpees in it, but I think the workout feeling is much different.
What was your ranking on the last workout?
75th percentile, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine
Roughly.
was 95th.
I know. It's a really, really good score.
Yeah, but all the women that I was competing against had the same weight. I'm competing against the women.
I'm just saying that it was a easier workout to get further in for an unnecessary purpose.
Okay, that I understand that the barbell was easier, but the women are competing against the women, and all the women had the same barbell.
I agree.
So all the women did the same woman's workout.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. You are right about that. So the last thing I would definitely say here is that like you got to run your business the way you think it's going to be run best.
Right.
But you also have to slightly take into consideration your customers, right? And I don't mean like do everything that they want. And especially, everyone has their own opinions, especially for like a massive organization like CrossFit. So I think there was just a lot of people wanted
something heavy. One
of two things, in my opinion. And I think CrossFit could have delivered it and hammered it home and everyone would have been like, fuck yeah, that was sick. And I think that was one of two things. One, a chipper. A workout that has multiple movements in it. Right?
Yeah, like
we're
more
talking
interesting.
We're talking like more than 4 movements in it, right? Like a fun chipper. Everyone talks about the 60, 50, 40, 30, 20 open workout. It's probably one of the best program workout. It's so much fun.
So many elements to it.
So many different elements. Like so cool, right? There were so many movements we didn't do.
Yeah,
send the people a chipper, like a long chipper or something like, I don't know, like something they could have made really, really fun in that 16-minute time frame.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, we're going to do see how far you can get along in this, right?
Yeah.
And
I would have loved that too.
The world would have loved that. All right. So that's one. And I know everybody loves a chipper. So many people like chippers overall. You don't have to do a chipper every single year, but it's been a while since we had a chipper and
we were due.
The community would have loved it. That's one. Another separate is a strength component. Just give us a 1 rep max of something.
Like, get the people
It's
lifting.
been like last time you did it was a
The
1 rep max thruster. That was
Boo.
that was in like 2022.
And the standard was wonky AF.
Yeah, that was 4 years ago. Like, give us like a 1RM something. Could be anything. Give us. It would have been freaking epic to see the community end it with like a Metcon, like
Massive
an
lift.
AMRAP of 9 minutes into 6 minutes, like 1RM this or a barbell complex of this. Fuck, that would have been so cool.
Sick.
So, in my opinion, like CrossFit, you got to do you. You can't take so much of the thoughts of other people. But man, sometimes you got to just be like, what would the community really freaking love? Especially as you're trying to like grow this company and like the company's been up and down over the years. Man, that would have been so epic to just
sick.
end it on this massive high note. In my opinion, the last workout was kind of cool. And again, I don't want to like complain about the workouts too much. Like, it was what everybody thought it was. It's a burpee, boring workout. And then when you did it, it was a little bit more fun, hopefully, than people thought. Hopefully your culture and the community in the affiliates hyped it up and made it fun. But I'm like, oh, man, like, how sick could it have been? We, like, talk about how epic the open was. Because to me, it was a complete test so far.
Yeah.
Up until that moment.
Right.
And then when I saw the third open workout, I was like, they're missing something here. The time is the same.
Yeah, it felt like a
endurance
little
is the
bit
same.
of a repeat of what we had already seen up until then in the open.
Yeah. So anyways, that's a wrap for open recap. I want to end this podcast with someone who did the open, their very first open. So we're going to do client of the week.
Pew, 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 pew.
And that client is Josianne.
Yay, Josianne.
So Josianne is relatively even newer to CrossFit, period.
She killed it this
Convinced
year.
her to sign up for the open. There was many moments where she's like, oh, I can't
sure.
do this movement. I can't do that movement. And then like, I'm like,
Smashed
hey,
it.
come on over here. Let's do this. Let's grab the bar. Let's try to do a thruster. Look, you can do it, right? And then on the floor, did a whole bunch of them, right? A whole bunch of them.
Crushing it.
And her mission was, she signed up for the open. At first, she was like, no, I'm not going to sign up for the open. Again, she's new to CrossFit.
Brand new.
And then she signed up out of the blue, and she's like, this year, I'm trying to get myself out of my comfort zone, and I'm trying to do things that I wouldn't normally do. She did it. There was 2 epic moments where she was like, I can't do this. That was the overhead lunge and then the thruster.
So cool.
And was able to do both of them really well. So, Josianne, good for you for getting out of your comfort zone. This is what the open is about, and proud of you for hitting that.
Brilliant.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed your open experience. So with that being said, we'll catch you in next week. Susie, best of luck in quarterfinals. We'll recap you guys on how the quarterfinals go.
The smirk on
High skill.
Brandon's face right now. High skill, high weights.
No, we'll see. I don't know what we're going to get. Let's do it.
Hopefully we have some more low skill stuff so I can crush you
You're
again.
probably still going to crush me. All right, guys. Have an awesome rest of your day. We'll catch you soon. Bye.
Bye.